This is the Pre-Shift Podcast with Frank, Liz, and Jonesy, giving you a triple shot of unfiltered industry truth.
Sweet, we're on. Jones,
Frankles.
what's up, man?
There we go. Not one invite did I get.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we're live. We're live. Pre-Shift Podcast. Special guest, Mikey P in the house. My buddy Mike Przydzial. What's up, man?
How you doing, man?
You can find Mike at Master Your Ash on YouTube.
Yeah.
Where else?
Spotify, Rumble, basically anywhere.
Oh, sweet. Okay. All right. Mike, yeah, dude. Mike coming in with the swag. Got some hats.
Some sticks.
Got some sticks.
Mm-hmm.
Love that. Jones is missing out on that. Jones, Jones
Was out here, huh?
Jones was out here this weekend.
Not one invite did I get, first of all.
Sorry, it was either you or Mikey P.
Wow.
And Mike P had to go. We went to a hockey game yesterday.
We chose correctly.
Whatever.
Oh, yeah. So Mike,
What's up?
tell the crowd a little bit about yourself, man.
Let's see. So I've been a cigar enthusiast, is how I describe myself, for the last 20 plus years. In that time, I also found myself into the liquor industry.
Yes, that's how we know each other. We're all booze hounds, booze hound dirtbags.
Booze hound dirtbags. I like that. So let's see. I was behind the bar for about 10, 12 years. I opened up Gillies at Treasure Island and then made my way over to the Cosmopolitan shortly thereafter. At Cosmo, I had the pleasure of working with a consultant that was there. His name was Sam Ross out of Milk and Honey, New York City. That's where I got like a lot of my formal kind of cocktail education from. And from there, I just kind of ingrained myself in the industry. It was like I went to Tales of the Cocktail every year. I went and did the beverage alcohol resource, or as some people call it, the bar. Let's see, the USBG Master Mixology accreditation. I was the youngest recipient of that accreditation at 30 years old.
Oh,
nice.
man.
A little over 8 years ago.
Yeah.
And I just started doing competitions and getting, networked in. Las Vegas is a great hub for the liquor industry, as you all know.
Yeah, it is.
Just because every brand wants to showcase their product here. And it seems as though that we are one of those cities that we follow trends to a certain extent, but we also are very good at like being a chameleon and figuring out how to dress ourselves to fit whatever is going on, whether it's F1 one week and then the Super Bowl next week, or however it is, we rip it all down and we put it all back up.
Whatever the hell it is. We had F1 last week. We're going to have shit kickers here in like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of Vegas.
There's nobody that moves the way that we kind of move in whatever particular light you want to paint it, right? So in doing all of that, I guess that the liquor industry and the biggest distributor in the country came calling, and they were like, hey, we're going to build out this $3 million, $4 million academy room, and we want you to help, with the mixology side of it. And that's where I found myself 8 years ago now, going over to Southern and, working in that fabulous building. And
that's
been like that ever since.
Hell yeah, dude. That's awesome. Yeah. Yeah. Mike is one of those dudes. He gets shit done. He just comes in, he just gets it done. It's like, you got some shit going on. It's like, I got a problem. I just hit Mike up.
I appreciate that.
And it's solved 1,000%. That's why we're boys, that's why we're hanging out. Yeah, good time at the hockey game yesterday.
That was a lot of fun, man.
Yeah, that was
Jones
fun.
was with us, man.
Yeah, Jones.
Hung out. I wish that Liz was there.
It's okay. You know what? I'll be fine.
Yeah, Jones came in, crashed Vegas for what,
Nice.
18, 20 hours? Yeah, I was stoned off my ass, to be honest, at that.
It's all right.
Yeah, it was good times.
Our HR director was up there.
Yeah, I noticed.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's what I was, a couple of our jokes, I was like, oh, shit. Let's
tone it down.
Yeah, let's keep this shit PG-13.
I feel like Frank was kind of in like that paranoid stage that you get kind of at the end of a trip where he was just like,
Frank
what did you just say?
Completely in that stage.
Dude, he wasn't even.
I missed it.
Oh, 1,000%. I was like, I'm just going to eat.
Yeah.
I just got in the mode. I'm going to talk as little as possible, and I'm just going to eat as much as I can.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that was
Your comfort zone, Frank.
Yeah.
I went with what I knew.
How many hot dogs did you down?
No hot dogs.
Oh wow, that's a shame.
This was a classy establishment, Liz.
Wow.
No hot dog.
We
Yeah.
had Shake
At the
Shack.
hockey game?
Yeah, we had Shake Shack.
At Shake Shack, that's classy.
Yeah,
All right.
chicken sandwiches. The desserts is where I went off the rails. I got like 6 or 7 desserts.
Wonderful.
I lost count.
No. He got like 6 or 7 plates of dessert.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And that was after me and Jones went to Greek food and Mexican food.
And
Previous to
Mexican,
this.
Chinese food.
Yes.
Previous
yeah.
to this.
Oh,
Yeah,
you-
at the Cosmo.
You hit
yeah.
up Chino Poblano?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
did.
dude, I love that place.
Nice.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah,
Good.
I got to give Jones props on that
There
one.
you
I'd
go.
never been. Yeah, shit was delicious, actually.
Do a nice job.
Oh yeah, that was good times.
Liz, they make like fresh tortillas right in front of you on one side of the restaurant. On the other side of the restaurant, they have like a little Asian lady making the dim sum fresh in front of you.
Thank you for thank you for the Asian lady part.
Dude, who's amazing.
You didn't say they had a Mexican lady making the tortillas.
Well, that goes without
A
saying.
little Mexican
Usually it's
lady.
just 2 Mexicans. working
Yeah,
on it.
usually
Like,
it's
okay,
just
yeah,
Mexicans
you're
making
right,
everything.
You're right. All right. So, nice.
yeah,
I missed
man.
out.
Yeah, good times. Yeah, that was
Frank
fun.
said that he invited you. You just didn't want to come. So I don't
He did
know.
not
I'll leave it
invite
there.
me. I did not get an invite, but it's cool. It's whatever.
There you go.
I just have feelings. Whatever.
You can't be trusted at a hockey game. This I had to learn.
Oh man, one
You
garbage can.
you almost beat up some
I
old lady
did. The
next
old
to a
lady almost
garbage
beat
can.
me up. First of all, the old lady almost beat me up.
Oh, this was the episode with the bathroom incident or
Yes,
the trash can
yes.
or whatever.
yeah.
I literally have pictures of it. I was just like, oh, look at this garbage can.
And she's not the trash can. She's not the
No,
trash
she's
can.
taking a photo of it, right? Or something like
yeah,
that.
it was
It's just
great.
Wild.
It was great.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
That's
man. So, dude, your channel, Master Your Ash.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about it.
So it got started early 2021, and I was helping out a friend, a colleague, with his cocktail channel.
Uh-huh.
We did an episode together, and he's like, you're always talking about cigars. You're always involved with cigars. Why don't you bring a cigar with you and, present it at the end of the cocktail and this, that, and the other. And at the end of it, he was just like, if you want to do this, like come on and do the Tuesday show or the Monday show or whatever, you can do that and you can make it cigars and spirits if you want to. And I was just like, well, if you're offering that, why don't I just make my own channel? Because the way that I see like YouTube is it's the number one way to find an audience.
Yes.
No doubt about it. But they also heavily regulate tobacco and they don't regulate alcohol as much. So if I was to like jump on your channel, you're starting to get monetization, ads, sponsors, whatever.
I don't want to bring you down.
Yeah, and I come in there with cigars and they're like, nope, shut it down.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a bad look. So let me just do a separate one. We'll call it Master Your Ash or something.
Yeah.
And he's like, Master Your Ash. It kind of sounds like Master Your Ass. I like that.
God
the
bless.
best part. Yeah,
That's
that's the best part.
that's
Come on.
that's what hooked me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. And come on, what the hell? Like, I don't understand. I don't understand the shit that will and won't get censored these days.
I don't
Like,
think
I
anybody
don't-
does.
Yeah, I don't get it. Like, you can't, depending on where you want to go with
I don't
shit.
know how it's
Who's
viewed,
offended
yeah.
by a cigar?
I-
Who?
Well, didn't we raise the legal age to 21? You have to be 21 now to
You
buy
do. You
Right?
do.
tobacco products.
They
That's so
also-
strange. That's so strange. I forget about that.
A few states have also passed or proposed passing to where if you were born after a specific date like 2002 or 2004, you actually can't purchase tobacco products
What do you mean, like ever?
ever.
No.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. I mean, we can look it up, but there's like 2 or 3 states that have actually already passed it to where like you can't.
California, New Hampshire, New York would be my guesses.
Yeah, something like that. And then in Hawaii, they passed it recently to where you can't mail cigars to Hawaii or to, I think, certain tobacco items. But yeah.
Why are we letting the man do this? I don't
Yeah.
get it. In some cities, they hand out fucking heroin needles,
Yep.
but you can't buy a cigarette or a cigar.
Yeah.
Ever. That's so strange.
Yeah, that's weird. Nah, come on, dude. I'm a freedom
What
guy.
is the reason behind it? Do you know?
I think that it's because of the fact that for the longest time, the FDA and every other government controlling body has kind of always just lumped in cigars with cigarettes. And you run into like a lot of bad issues with that just because of the fact that you're talking about like a naturally fermented product with really no additives outside of water versus something that is completely artificial almost.
Yeah.
You know, at its core, it virtually has no semblance of tobacco in it. It's just all artificially like created.
And you're not even inhaling it.
That's another thing.
Yeah.
You know, with cigars, if you tried to inhale it, and I would urge everybody not to, you would have a much different experience than smoking a cigarette.
Yeah, it's just, I don't get it. Like, all our food is trash,
Oh yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah.
Our food is trash. Our water is trash.
But you know what? At the end of the day, do whatever you want to do.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. It's like
Yeah.
there are regulations. Like drugs should be regulated. Things like that. I get it, and I guess people consider it a drug. That's what I'm saying. Like I just don't understand where we draw the line or why the line is what it is, unless it's like a financial thing.
Yeah.
Like I just don't get
It's
it.
all about the Benjamins, Liz.
Yeah.
100%.
Like, I just don't get it.
Yeah, it's just weird. It's like, I don't know. We got a new McDonald's on every other street corner, but it's like, and
I know
don't
you're
get
excited.
me wrong.
I know you're excited.
I'm mad. I'm mad.
Where is this new McDonald's?
Right? But it's like, we can eat shit. Our water's terrible.
Well, I mean, if you go to McDonald's in Japan, the ingredients are much different in all of the food than the McDonald's out here.
Yeah.
You go to a McDonald's in Ireland, you go to a McDonald's
yeah.
in Paris or London, like the actual food tastes better. It tastes like McDonald's from the 90s when we grew up.
Oh, God.
The stuff that made us this way. The stuff that made us this
Take
way,
me
Frank.
back.
Like, you know.
Take me back.
Wait.
God, I remember when a Big Mac used to be the size of 2 fists.
I used to just think that we were smaller.
No.
I mean, we were smaller.
I mean,
We were definitely smaller.
so our little hands are
she's
just
calling me
grabbing.
fat.
I know.
Well,
Yeah.
even most of our candies are basically like outlawed, or they have huge warning labels on them in Europe and Asia. You're not even allowed
Our
to eat
white
them like
bread,
yogurt.
everything.
Wasn't
It's all
California
sugar.
getting ready to ban Skittles too?
Oh,
Because
yeah,
of the
I'm pretty
artificial
sure they did.
ingredients?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I get it, but it's like, all right, you know, I can't. I grew up watching 80s action movies. It's like, yeah, I see everybody smoking cigars.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit. I want one. Like, let us do it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, but
Yeah. I don't
Well,
know.
I can even argue. I don't really think cigars are really that terrible for you. Like, I mean, if you're smoking like 10 a day, but I don't.
But no one's out here smoking.
Like,
10
maybe you want to
cigars
back me
a
up. I don't
day.
think you're, as much as you love cigars, you're not smoking 10 a day, are you?
I definitely am not. I mean, I've tried like going over 5
Oh,
during
wow.
like trade shows and stuff like that. And I'll tell you what, when you can't taste anything, in your
Oh,
mouth,
God.
Yeah,
you're just
you're
like,
done.
yeah, this is not enjoyable anymore.
Yeah,
Like,
we're done.
What am I doing? I think that after probably 2 in a day, your palate is so fatigued. Like, that's another thing. Cigars are so alkaline on our palates that you need to have something with it like water or a spirit in order to even open up all the flavors that you're going to get off of it. Because one of my good buddies who actually started the Facebook channel that these hats that I've donated for you guys and given,
Sticks and sips.
he talks about it as it like being a mini distillation, and I always thought that was a really fun comparison to the alcohol industry because you're
Yeah,
taking
gotta
a
show the
solid,
love.
you're lighting it, the heat causes the solid to vaporize to a certain extent, and that vapor you're then exhaling after mixing in your palate.
Yeah.
So it's like there's a mini distillation every single time you're smoking a cigar. And I always thought that was a great like way to summarize it. But even with cigars, you can only enjoy it for so long without having at least water in order to actually taste something outside of just pure tobacco.
Just pure smoking tobacco.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I want to hear you do your thing. You're so nice enough to bring us these stoves. What do you call it? What do you call a cigar? I call it a stogie.
I call it a cigar.
A cigar.
But I
All
mean,
right.
I'm fine with stogie.
Right?
That's the old 80s Arnold. Let me have my stogie.
Yo, let me get a stogie.
my stogie.
See, if a new smoker, I'm not a cigar guy, really, to be honest.
Yeah, no.
Well, how are you going to describe that to me? How are you going to sell that to me?
So for every single review that I do on a cigar,
Yeah.
right, there's always an overhead shot at the start of the video that has me basically taking it out of its package in an overhead shot and just like showcasing it off as I'm giving the detailed description on it. So I would say, like, this is a Herrera Esteli by Drew Estate. Willie Herrera is the master blender. He has a factory in Miami called El Titon de Bronze. It is in one of the most significant historical parts of Miami, a place that 90%, if not more, of the cigars are currently rolled in the States. But at a certain point in time between Tampa, Little Havana in Miami, and then also like Connecticut, Virginia, Rhode Island, there was more tobacco production in the early 1900s in the U.S. than anywhere else in the world in terms of cigars. More cigars were created in the U.S. in the early 1900s than in Cuba.
Nice.
So this is a modern day approach to a Cuban style cigar blend. It is a Habano, which means that it is just naturally fermented to be a very medium bodied, not going to blow your socks off with spice or with pepper or with flavor. It's going to be something that you can have at the beginning of the day with a cup of coffee or at the end of the night with a whiskey, and it's going to work hand in hand at any particular point in time. With all of that said, this particular one, and they have it listed here, this is the Toro Especial. That is the name of the size of it. So typically Toros, or bulls, right? They're 6 inches by 52 ring gauge, which...
Sounds about right.
Yeah. That is probably the most popular size of a cigar currently today. Pre-1980, these weren't even rolled this big. Now, post-1980, early 90s, larger and larger ring gauges have kind of been a thing, and there's a perception that you get more flavor out of a larger ring gauge. I come to find that that is completely false. I think that smaller ring gauge cigars can always deliver a decent amount of flavor, and you don't have to spend as much time smoking them, which is always kind of like something prohibitive for a lot of new cigar smokers. They don't want to spend 2 hours smoking a cigar most of the time. Their palates get fatigued too early. They haven't thought of committing that level of time to it because they're like transitioning from cigarettes or hookahs where they can like smoke them for 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes and be done. So I like the idea of a Toro because I think that it's a great medium for somebody entering into the industry. They don't have to or into the hobby. They don't have to feel as though that they're committing over 2 hours worth of time to the cigar. And also with this one,
relighting it.
Yeah, but I mean, there's so many factors that go into actually a cigar staying lit. Because unlike a cigarette, if you leave a cigar and you walk away and do something for 15, 20 minutes, take out the trash, do the dishes, the laundry, whatever, that cigar is going to go out. And it's because of the fact that being that it's naturally fermented, there's not an activator or a chemical in here that's going to keep it lit like a cigarette. So with the cigar, sometimes you do have to touch them up, and that's totally okay. As long as you're not leaving it out for more than an hour, you're not really going to develop any kind of acrid taste to it. It's not going to be too cloying on your palate, because if you leave it out longer than an hour, the ash that's on the bottom of the cigar is basically going to permeate the rest of the cigar, and you're not going to be able to get that flavor out no matter how much longer you smoke it.
Okay. All right. Man, you're selling me, Mike. I love it.
And that's the beauty of it, is that you have to take time out of your day to do something for yourself. And whether that be go to the gym, whether that be take a bath, or whether that be smoke a cigar, or pour yourself a drink, right? It's what you do to relax, unwind, focus, whatever it is. And that's one of the things that I've always enjoyed about the hobby, is that, it's you taking personal time for yourself.
I love that.
Yeah.
What's your do you have a go-to? Do you have a personal favorite? And another thing, sorry, I mean, you got me all caught up.
No.
Is you hear about Cubans, right? Cubans are the top of the food chain, right? How did that happen?
So with look at Jones. He's got a cigar right
Jonesy.
Like Macanudos.
Yeah, that's the cafe.
I know you didn't say that right.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's called, but I know you didn't say it right.
Macanudo, man. He said it right. He said it right. The cafe is probably their most popular cigar.
Gentleman here.
Yeah, wow, what a guy. Okay.
Yeah, dude, I love these. I love lighting these up right at the go outside, right at the bonfire, have a glass of Bullet or Buffalo Trace and smoke one of those in about 20, 30 minutes. Yeah, it's a good time, man.
Hell yeah. To answer your question, I do have several personal favorites. It's always changing.
Yeah.
I think that my mid-year top 10 for this year is the first video on the channel that hit 10,000 views.
Okay.
So that was kind of dope to see. I like to do like a mid-year top 10 every year and an end-of-year top 10. So that's what I'm currently formulating is like what's going to stay from the mid-year and what's going to get added from what I've smoked. Because like with the top 10, I have a little bit more of like a specific guideline that I use. Cigar Aficionado, which they have to be mentioned because the fact that even though they're a publication that takes ad revenue and they base a lot of their scores off of now the ad revenue.
Yeah, of course.
They're significant to the industry from the early 90s, late 80s, right? With how many celebrities they had interviewed, how many cigars they propelled into like the mecca. So they're always a point of reference for a lot of new and old cigar smokers. But like with their ratings and reviews, I do mine a little different. I don't give like a score. I don't say like this cigar scored a 96.5 because it had notes of dried fruit, dark plum, and cherry notes. You know, like
Yeah.
I
One bite, everybody knows the rules.
yeah. I do say like, is it a single stick worthy? Like I would just buy one and call it a day. Would I go back and buy a 5-pack of them and maybe put a few aside so that I could smoke them later or age them? Or would I buy a whole box and hold on to it, you know, for as long as I possibly could? And that's like my rating. At the mid-year and the end of year, I basically take all the cigars that I smoked on the channel and I say, okay, what was released this year? Okay, out of all of those, which one is above 54 ring gauge and which one is below 52? The reason why I differentiate it right there is because, like I was talking about earlier with ring gauges, if you try to compare a smaller ring gauge to a larger ring gauge, a lot of people perceive like they got more value out of a bigger cigar. And that's fine. If you believe that, that's great. You're going to have a list for yourself, and the people that smoke smaller ring gauge stuff, they're going to have a list for themselves, especially because there are a lot of cigars that get produced every year that a lot of brands still have that old school mentality. Like we don't make big cigars or we don't make small cigars. We only make big cigars for the current, like modern idea. And then we only make small cigars for the classic, more like, you know, traditional cigars. So I wanted there to be a space on the list for everybody to be included. And that's why I separate it right there, because nobody makes a 53 ring gauge. So it's a good middle ground. You know, there's like 54s, 55s, 56s. Nobody really makes 57, but you know, they're like, there's only so many notches above 57 that you can go. So like, I felt like 53 was the good line of differentiating. And yeah, so like I'm gonna do my list to end the year, and essentially it's like there's all different types of things that I also throw in there. Like, is it a value? Does it punch above what you're buying it at? Because so much now, like I went down to the grocery store today. I spent $450 on just my wife and I.
Cigars.
No.
Jesus
On
Christ. Oh, on food.
On food.
Okay. Oh,
food,
God. Good Lord.
Food, bro.
I was going to say, that better be a hell of a cigar.
No, that's like that box, you know, $450. You could spend that on a box.
No.
But no, at the grocery store. So it's like, you know, the cost of everything goes up, just like cigars, just like spirits, just like food.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So it's like now I feel I have a duty to think that we're at like 3,500 subs almost.
Okay.
I think that I have a duty to the people that watch the channel to like say, hey, you know, this is what I think the best cigar, but also at this value is.
Yeah.
Because it's so easy to like just smoke $100 Cuban cigars and go, oh yeah, that's the greatest cigar I ever had in my life.
Can you, at this point, after all your years of experience, can you tell the difference between a $100 cigar and a $20 cigar?
No. I think that it's very much like wine in that way, that no matter how much experience you have, you could take the best master som in the world and you can find a way to trick them with a $20 bottle versus a $200 bottle. You know, I don't think that as a mixology guy that's been a spirits guy his whole entire life, that, you know, you can take Pappy Van Winkle and then throw in another heavily wheated bourbon that's, you know, a percentage of its price, and somebody's just going to be able to pick it out that easily. I think that it's much harder than people perceive to, like, you know, actually have that like dialed in that way.
Yeah, I guess it's got to be. Yeah, it's got to be tough, because I mean, I'm always a quantity over quality guy.
This is true.
Typically.
This is true.
I'm typically a quantity over
You?
quality.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, this guy.
Yeah, but I mean, God, you got to find the balance, I guess, right? And it's something.
I mean, how silly would it be, I feel, like for somebody who's been smoking cigars for 20 years, right? But the guy who's blended this has been blending cigars for 50. And for me to say, yeah, man, like I can tell that you're not using Cuban tobacco, even though you say that this is your version of a Cuban style.
Yeah.
It's like, no, man, that guy knows what he's
He knows
doing.
what the hell he's doing.
And if I took that band off and I put a Cuban right next to it and two people smoked it, no matter how many years of experience they had, it would be
tell the
hard for them to
difference.
tell that one of them wasn't, or which one it was.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't even know what do you think is a good price for a good solid cigar? Say you know, someone's having a kid or you know, it's a wedding or something, and you got to spend a little coin on some cigars. How much you thinking to spend?
I think that flavor, taste, all of that stuff is very subjective, right? But I find myself personally, I really enjoy the quality of cigars that in the US right now you can buy between the $12 to $20 range
Oh, okay.
per stick.
Okay.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, I think that, I mean, most of them come in boxes of 25, a lot of boxes of 20 now, but like between $350 to $500 on a box for your wedding, like you can make a lot of magic happen with that.
I ain't mad. Jones, how much the most you ever spent on a cigar?
Well, I mean, it's been 6 months since I bought these, but I think this comes in a case of 12. And I think they're about like $8 or $9 a cigar.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad because you're not smoking cigars every day, typically, right?
Only on the benders.
Yeah, on the bender nights.
If I
On the
could, I would.
crybaby nights.
Cigar every night?
If I could, I would. 100%.
Oh, man, yeah. Yeah, no, I can't. I'm a wuss.
It's funny because like
Typically, I would smoke a cigar like after like a Saturday night, like I get home from work
Yeah.
and I just either veg out and I pour my whiskey, I sit outside and I have the cigar.
And you
It's
just
like
contemplate.
yeah, contemplate.
You just
Basic
contemplate
ways
every life
to hate
decision.
myself.
when I was like trying to explain to my wife that like when we were just dating, I said, you know, like my one thing is that I have to be able to smoke cigars. So, you know, like if you're not a fan of cigars, the way that they smell or, you know, this, that, or the other
A
thing,
deal
then
breaker.
Bye.
we
This
can
is
just
gonna work out.
we can just call it right now, you know, shake hands and say good game. But it was,
I love that.
yeah.
GG.
I love that.
I told her, I was like, you know, I've been in the liquor industry for almost as long as I've smoked cigars, right? And if somebody told me you can either choose, like you can smoke cigars for the rest of your life and not touch alcohol, or you can, you know, have all the alcohol you like, but you can't smoke cigars, I would easily take the cigars.
Really?
I love
Wow,
that.
Interesting.
I love that. That's a man of
Interesting.
principle.
100%.
Yeah, 1,000%. I would do the same. I'm not a huge cigar guy, but
Yeah, I don't. But would you date somebody? Oh, well, does your wife smoke cigars as well?
She's tried, you know, different ones that I've had before.
Mm-hmm.
She enjoys the, I guess you could say, the smell and the whole entire like
the whole thing.
with me.
The experience.
Yeah,
with you.
the
Okay.
experience of like her husband smoking cigars, I think
Okay.
is what
She
she really
enjoys that.
enjoys more than herself personally
Okay.
smoke. She smoked cigarettes from I think like 15 to 19 in Japan.
Okay.
And then she was like, yeah, no, it's just
I'm
not my
done.
thing. I'm just trying to look cool.
Yeah,
okay, yeah.
I couldn't. I was never a
Yeah,
cigarette
me
guy.
neither.
Yeah.
Did you ever smoke?
No.
No, right?
No.
Jones, you ever smoke cigarettes?
Never really been a fan, man.
No, yeah, me neither. I don't think I could date
I
someone
can't.
that
I can
smokes
also.
cigarettes.
I can't do hookah really.
No, I hate hookah.
I'll go if a bunch of people go, but it hurts me. It physically
No,
hurts me, and I'm
I-
coughing and I look
Yeah.
crazy.
I've literally never been into smoking, and
Yeah.
cigar was literally the only thing that I've ever got
Really?
into. And
Yeah.
I'm not like
Well,
anywhere near Mike. I was just like I enjoyed
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
I just enjoyed a cigar.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
how to explain it.
No, I feel like that's kind of a thing that like dudes will get into as they get older.
Yeah.
Just like, oh yeah, let's just smoke a cigar.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a dude.
Like
You're not really
on the golf
smoking.
course, it's fun. Like
Yeah.
it's just feels good.
Yeah, what the hell?
It's like you've made it, even though you haven't.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a little lie you get to tell yourself.
A little luxury.
Yeah,
It's like an aristocrat kind
Yeah.
of like, you know, feeling.
yeah, 1,000%.
Sure.
Yeah, yeah. Other than that, I
Mike-
mean,
How do you feel about dabbing like the cigars? Some people will put like dab it into like Grand Marnier
Cognac.
or Disser.
Yeah. I mean, it was something that I definitely did in my early like smoking journey of cigars. I don't have a problem with it at all. I think that, just like the person who orders Louis the 13th and mixes Diet Coke with it, are they enjoying Louis the 13th the way that we would enjoy Louis the 13th? Probably not. Are they kind of wasting all the rich history behind that like 100-year-old eau de vie? Yeah, they are. But I mean, it's their money. I can't tell them how to.
I usually go, you pussy.
Yeah.
Let them live.
Yeah, and I feel the exact same way with cigars. Like, if you're going to dip it, then that kind of makes you a little bit of a puss. But
Does it?
yeah.
Does it? I'm not mad.
It does.
Because I've done that.
Yeah, so have
I've
I.
done that before.
So have I.
Yeah, I've done that.
I've done it too. I think that like if you can't consume the two of them side by side, you have to like dip one into the other, or as Arnold does, where he rolls it over the tequila now. Like that was a video that blew up on the internet a little over a year ago, and a lot of cigar channels have used that in order to get views, and I find that to be hysterical and also sad at the same point.
What the hell is that doing?
So Arnold was talking about how he was filming a movie in the 80s and they were down in Mexico. And he went to light up a cigar at a
Predator.
restaurant.
I'm calling it.
Yep,
Predator,
it was
by
Predator.
the way.
It was
Predator. Hell yeah.
Yeah. And the guy like took the cigar out of his mouth. And I was like, all right, wait, pause. There's no way somebody snatched a cigar out of Arnold's mouth in the 80s. But regardless, he's like, yeah, the guy pulled it out of my mouth. He said, wait 1 second. I have to show you how to prep this properly. He said that he took the cigar out of my mouth and then he took a towel. And on the towel, he laid it out on the table. He poured a little bit of tequila onto the towel, then took the cigar and with his hands, poured a little bit of tequila on his hands, rubbed them together, and then rubbed them all over the cigar, rubbed it on the table where the napkin was, rubbed it all over, dipped the cigar in tequila, cut it again, and then put it in my mouth and lit it. And I'm like, man, that sounds like the biggest load of BS ever. Turns out Arnold was partnering with the tequila brand.
Of course, yeah. There you go.
Yeah, there it is.
Yep. Yep.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I'd try it, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know if
try
I'd
it.
make it a habit, but I'd try it.
Try
you know?
it.
I mean, why not?
Yeah, what the hell?
Why not?
What the hell? Why not?
But I mean, like, I'm cool with, people dipping it, whatever they have to do to enjoy it. I always like to think that, there's enough mysticism around the cigar industry. And also, I don't know too many people that are like, yeah, I'm just going to go to a tobacco shop by myself and just figure it out. A lot of people are like very scared, or they have anxiety to like just go to a cigar lounge because they feel as though that it's like,
It's
a members thing,
Yeah,
overwhelming.
And it's like, and you don't want to seem ignorant when you're there. You don't want to
Right.
say, teach me about it. People are scared to say, hey, I don't know anything about this. Can you teach me about this?
I mean, what do people do when they go to a bar? They look at the menu and whatever they're familiar with, most of the time, they're like, oh, okay, Moscow Mule. Like
1000%.
I can order that and I know that I'm okay with that. Like
I'm fitting in right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I'm still participating, but I did not have to think about it. I didn't have to worry about somebody calling out the fact that I don't know any of these drinks or whatever. So I feel like the cigars have always had like a slight kind of, just mysticism to them. Where
I
it's
know
like,
what you mean.
What do I order? What do I get? I want to get the cigar for this buddy that I have or this boyfriend that I have. Like, I don't know what to do here.
Yeah. I've done that. I've gone to a cigar lounge here. I didn't know jack shit. Just kind of,
Looking for some weed.
yeah.
Stumbled upon a tobacco.
Go in, you're like, I made a mistake.
But what the hell? When
already
in
here.
Rome. Yeah, no. I ended up spending like $60 on a cigar.
On one?
On one. Yeah.
Did you end up?
I think for two it was like $90.
Oh.
I went with a buddy.
What did you end up? Okay, did you smoke it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was good, I guess.
You
Yeah.
don't have anything to compare it to.
Yeah, it was just we were just drinking whiskey, smoking
Okay.
a cigar.
Okay.
So it was all right. Resorts World 8.
Mhm.
Is that what it's called? 8?
A lounge.
What's your favorite lounge in Vegas? Cigar lounge.
Ooh, that's a good question. I like different ones for different things, right? And primarily that's that's me being safe with my answer because I have to go to these places.
Oh yeah.
But 8 is and I think that I've mentioned this to you before. 8 is more like a lounge / club that allows cigar smoking. They do have a beautiful humidor and the whole entire staff is very, very knowledgeable. But It is more so like the place to be seen as much as, and for me, cigars aren't that. Cigars are like my time. I'm unwinding. If you're with me, it's because I genuinely want to talk to you at any point in time. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. I would just be here by myself or with somebody else.
Yes.
Like if I'm inviting you into my cigar time, that's me
special.
time. Yeah.
Okay, what cigar lounge is a cigar man's lounge?
I think that in Fuego, they do probably the best job. Cigar Box right across the street here from where we're at.
Okay.
They're
All right,
also
all right,
one of
Mike.
the-
I've never been to a cigar lounge in
Okay.
Vegas. If I were to go to Vegas
Nobody
and I
recommends.
could only go to one,
Mhm.
and Frank had to take me, which one would you?
I would say that probably in Fuego, either the Sahara location down the street here or the one in Henderson. Those would be the two that I would recommend.
In Fuego.
Yep.
Done.
All right.
Yep.
Done and done.
That's where to go.
Looks like we got a field trip planned next time,
You could
Jones.
just say a date. You could say a date.
A date?
A date.
We can say it.
Say it.
It's part of the
All right.
romance.
All
Say
right,
it,
that's fine.
It's fine.
We'll invite Mike instead of Liz again.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I don't care. Hair flip.
Oh no, Liz hates not getting invited to things.
I may not go, but I like invites.
I wasn't in charge of the
I
tickets.
literally
so-
asked Frank, "Is Liz coming?" And he's like, "No, she can't."
Wow. Wow. I've been off and I will be off this whole week.
You know he's 1,000%
Wow.
lying, by the way.
Wow.
Right.
Incredible.
Ah,
Don't want to ruin guys' night.
that's
Anyway.
right. It was guys' night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or did they
Well-
win? Did the Knights at least win?
No,
No,
the
No, of
Coyotes
course not.
won.
My Yotes won, baby.
Yeah, Jones brought all his
Your Yotes won.
shit luck with him.
All 10 of them.
There
All
was some
10
negative energy.
Ah,
Yeah, it was good times.
yeah, it
Do
was.
nothing, baby.
Yeah, it was. It was good times.
Good for you guys.
I'm 2-0 going there when the Coyotes play. So I'm feeling good. Undefeated in
Here we
T-Mobile.
go. Here we go.
Well, what do you say we get into some headlines?
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah, we didn't do that. Let's do that. Well, speaking of, something else you can taste in Vegas. Well, not Vegas, but Nevada. Brothels.
You can taste brothel. Well, you
Well,
can taste brothel.
you can get,
Mhm.
you know what the hell I mean.
Focus.
Yeah. So, dude goes to a brothel, right? Has basically a buffet. Spends like $4,000, and his wife loses her mind. Goes down to the brothel and is like, "Yeah, he was drunk. He doesn't remember being here."
And
Do we believe this story?
no. And even if he doesn't, who cares? You were here. You spent money.
Yeah, they said.
Pay the ladies.
They said, no, we actually have you on camera negotiating price.
I'm dead. Is this real? Is this real?
Oh, yeah, this
Oh, nice,
absolutely
yeah.
happened. Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, I don't, yeah, man.
Why is she still with him?
Yeah.
That's actually that's
Unless it's like more of an open thing that they
Because
have.
Liz, he was drunk and he doesn't remember.
Yeah, it's not his
okay.
fault.
I'm sorry.
It's not his fault.
Oh God.
Yeah, what,
It's the brothel's
Yeah,
fault
why
for
is she?
existing.
Yeah, why is she still with him? You want those 4Gs back that badly?
yeah, I mean,
Like,
obviously.
it's not that, nah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard talking yourself out of that one, I think. Because they said he was there like 6 hours.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? 6 hours.
Yeah, props to him. 6 hours?
6 hours.
That actually seems like a reasonably priced.
Right?
I mean, it's been a while for me. But
Yeah, I'm going to say, I feel like he didn't spend enough money.
yeah.
6
$4
hours
grand?
of sex for $4,000?
Well, in a brothel.
Yeah, that's not
You know what I'm
that's not
saying?
a strip club. That's not dollar lap dance night.
How much is a lay or what? Like what do you call it?
In a
How do you gauge it?
brothel?
Yeah. How much would a encounter be?
An encounter.
Does it include all
That was going to
inclusive?
be my next question.
I mean,
Okay.
I'm going off of early 2000s pricing in
Okay.
my head. So
All inclusive. All inclusive.
God bless.
Yes.
Pre-marriage.
statute
There
of
you go.
limitations.
There
I
you go,
can't
yeah.
self-incriminate,
Yeah.
guys. Sorry.
All inclusive. One encounter. All inclusive.
Feel like back in the day for like the Bunny Ranch out in Pahrump, it was probably somewhere between $1,200 and like $2,000, depending.
For like an hour or just an all inclusive.
Probably like for an hour or an hour and a half.
And then you can do whatever you want.
I don't know about whatever you want. I never got to that point. I basically went there with my friends. We looked at the menu and had like the
Layout?
the layout,
Mhm.
right? And then we were like, yeah, we're just, we're 19-year-old kids. We don't have that kind of money. Sorry.
Oh,
Like,
so
we're
you just
good.
went and you just like saw the menu. You looked at the girls and you were like,
yeah.
I can't afford these.
No,
So
I
I'll
was
go back
like,
to-
I thought that it was like $150. Like, what is this $1,200?
Guys were like, can we combine all of our money together
Yeah.
and we each get
right,
5 minutes?
5 minutes.
Everybody
you
gets a
rub-
cracker,
Yeah.
and then you hand it to her at the end.
Yeah, you can rub each one of our balls.
Yeah.
Let me see here. As of July 2023, the average price range at the Bunny Ranch, 300 to 500.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's not terrible.
So maybe I was looking at prices that were like for a whole night or something wild then. Because I don't remember it being cheap, that's for sure. Or maybe I was just broke.
I feel like this can't be right.
It seems like so
I
inexpensive.
feel like that's pretty cheap, right?
300 to 500. But then for that, you can get
I don't know. I'm assuming
like you
that's
don't have to drive out there
I'm a-
to pay
well,
that.
yeah,
you
you
know?
do.
No, I'm saying
They're
but
not
you can
gonna
just get a
pick you
regular.
up.
No, what I'm saying you can just grab a hooker here.
And I like 300 to 500. Like Frank walks in, they're like 500, fat boy.
it's the range depending upon how you ask.
It varies.
Yeah.
Nah, but I'm guessing that's like the standard car wash. I'm sure if you want extra shit, it's going to cost you. Like if you're like, yeah, I want you to
Okay.
suck my toes and, you know.
Duh.
It's
all
always
the other-
extra.
Yeah, that's got to
always
be extra,
extra.
right?
All the feet stuff.
All right,
Always
so Frank, we're doing 2 field trips.
Gross.
Done and done.
See how much we just go in and see how much it takes for them to suck on one of your toes.
Just one toe.
We do an over under.
They have to sign a waiver.
Yeah.
But they have to sign a waiver, not me. Yeah. Nah, that's something like that would be way too formal. That's just way too formal for me. You know what I'm saying?
Where do you like to pick them up?
It's way too much of like a transaction.
Well, it is.
But I mean,
Yeah.
that's what it is.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
absolutely is.
Yeah.
And at least you know that they're supposed like clean and
And they're not
Yeah.
going to roll you
vetted. Yeah.
at the end.
Yeah.
Like,
don't want that happening again.
just saying.
Learn
Just
from your
saying,
mistakes. Learn from your mistakes.
Yeah, that's true. You can't. It's way too risky trying to get a hooker off the street.
That's
like
what I'm
you're
saying.
just you're literally asking to get robbed.
Yeah.
But there's
You're
a
asking
lot
to
of
get robbed.
like escort places out here anyway.
Yeah,
I mean, allegedly.
allegedly.
I'm sure that it
You know.
exists everywhere.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
You
That's
could probably
what I'm
find
saying.
one in South Dakota if you looked hard
Yeah.
enough.
Woo wee.
Don't,
Oh, yeah.
don't
Oh
remind
man,
Frank
book
over
the
here.
trip.
You remember South Dakota, right, Frank?
Oh yeah. God damn. Imagine a South Dakota hooker. What's that? That's got to be like what, $30 to $50 probably, right?
Bet you she makes great
Wow.
mashed potatoes. Though.
Oh yeah. God, I'm in. I'm in.
Now we're getting back to the games. The
Yeah.
game speak.
No comment.
Yeah, that's yeah. You just trying to pick up a hooker. That's rough. That's rough.
To pick up a hooker? No,
Yeah.
there's so many out here.
Yeah, but I'm saying is
To
like
trust them. I mean, that's
what
a risk you're willing to take.
That's like, all right, it's 4th and 30 and I got
Yeah.
nothing else. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? As a dude, it's like, oh
I
God,
know, but
I'm just going to get a
You could
hooker.
go to a club and buy
Yeah.
2 drinks and, you know.
I would much rather go out and strike out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
Than to
saying?
buy- yeah,
than
to
to just say, you know what, I'm just going to buy a hooker.
Yeah.
You know,
Good for you.
I guess, right?
I agree.
Jones, what do you think?
Don't ask.
Yeah,
me. Why
dude,
do you
years
ask me?
back. This was years ago.
He's
I
like,
was
I'd start
there
the night
Pat.
with one, and
Yeah.
then I would be
Yeah, I
completely
would start
confident
with
the
a
rest of the night.
Yeah. Maybe that's the move.
That might be the move.
That might be the move, actually.
I was there with Pat, and Pat was like, he was pretty far behind me, maybe like 100 yards, but I made it up onto the walkway of the Dre's, like little walkway.
Yeah.
I made it halfway, and I had 3 girls just swarm me, like, "Oh, hey, cutie, where you going tonight? Like, what's
Oh,
going
yeah.
on?" I'm like, I have no cash, and I'm poor. And like, I look back, and Pat is literally about to come up the escalator. I'm like, that guy has a penthouse suite at Bellagio, though, and he is loaded.
No.
And dude, you just see him book it, and I was gone. I don't even know what happened after that.
No.
I'm like, later, Pat, have fun, you sucker.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's the thing.
But
like,
out here, they dress nice. They don't dress like, you know, they're nicely dressed. They're
depends.
There's a difference though too. I feel like when you're a guy, right, and this is probably why guys go after strippers to the nth degree that they do,
Yeah,
because like you feel as though you at least hunted.
yeah.
Whereas with a hooker,
it's
you-
part of the hunt.
you kind of feel as though that like you're
Yeah, The carcass is
Yeah.
just there.
It's just there.
It's like a free meal at the
Yeah.
park. It's like, oh man, you did nothing.
You didn't
for
earn
this.
this
You didn't
at
do
all.
anything
You didn't earn a
for
stripper either.
sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes
Yeah, it
you-
depends.
You paid. You still paid.
Yeah,
Sometimes.
yeah, but
At least they make you feel
At
as though
least
you
they
earned
make
it.
you-
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, oh, I don't
All
normally
right.
do this. I don't normally do
Okay.
this.
Right.
that is
Yeah.
an absolute
They made
fact.
an exception just for you.
It's like a
Yes.
male psychological
Mm-hmm.
thing, I feel like.
You're 1,000% right.
Yeah.
Dude, if I ever opened up a strip club,
Oh, God.
all the girls would be dressed like in normal clothes. That would be my thing. They'd all be dressed like
How
normally.
it's a strip club.
Yeah, but then they'd eventually take their clothes off. But they would look normal.
How would they take off long sleeve shirts?
They would. Would they absolutely?
Like, how is that sexy?
Can you imagine them trying to like get
Yeah,
off their leggings
yeah,
on the
yeah,
stage? Like,
yeah, like,
hold
how
on
is
one
that
sec.
sexy?
Yes,
how is
I'm
that
telling
sexy?
you. This would be a
Their
fucking
overalls. How are they going to make their overalls sexy?
That would be South Dakota night. They only wear
Yeah.
overalls on South Dakota night.
South Dakota.
No,
night.
I feel like if you had chicks,
Potato sack race.
yeah, potato sack race. That's what we call it where I'm from. Yeah, I feel like psychologically you would get a lot of dudes in there. I feel like it would work.
It wouldn't even be a strip club.
Yeah, you could wear your Grimace Crocs. You could strip in Grimace
hate.
Crocs.
Don't hate on my Grimace Crocs.
I'm
Number
not
one.
hating.
Number two, that's not attractive.
No, to some, I feel like some dudes they would be even more comfortable
You know,
approaching.
it's a bad idea.
I don't think it is. I think
it's a bad idea.
I think I'm right about this.
I don't
On
want
a
to walk.
guy's standpoint, it's a good idea.
It's
Right,
not a good
thank you,
idea.
Jones.
It's not a good
Thank you.
idea.
Jones
you don't
knows
want to
what I'm
go in
talking
there
about.
and like wonder what's behind. No, whatever.
No, but
Liz,
there's
it's a lot more fun to imagine the girl naked rather than just walking in and seeing the goods.
yes,
100%.
1,000%.
But she's stripping. She's taking things off slowly.
No, she's taking off like nipple tassels. And
Yeah.
it's like, okay.
Yeah, it's
I
like you're
yeah.
already naked. It's like your fucking bush is in my face
All
already.
right, whatever.
There's no,
You're already,
Whatever. Okay,
you're already
good.
queefing
No,
in my face.
Good luck. Good luck.
I'm
Good
telling
luck.
you, it's going to be a huge hit.
All right, good.
Yeah.
Not my investment.
Well, oh God, this is right up Liz's alley. Saw a dude, world's longest hangover.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
This guy drank 60 beers. Jones, how long do you think his hangover lasted?
60 beers in like in a day.
In a
like
day,
an hour.
I guess.
Sheesh.
I don't know, dude. I'm trying to think of 60 beers. How many beers is that? Like
It's a
5
case
beers
and a half.
an hour? I feel like that's not that bad.
I don't think it's that bad.
Well, yeah,
either.
because we're alcoholics, but
the sugar and the,
yeah.
I mean, I'm
I-
about 5 beers deep right now. So.
Nice.
I know-
I'm
yeah.
jelly.
Here's the thing. On a bender, I know dudes that could easily drink 60 beers.
Yeah.
60 beers in like
and you're
2
also
days.
you're also running to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Like every 5 minutes.
Okay, the guy's hangover lasted 4 weeks.
Yeah, there's something wrong with it.
4 weeks, right? There's something wrong there.
Well, didn't they end up finding something actually wrong with him?
There has to be something.
They found
There's
something
got to be
wrong with
something
him.
wrong with him.
Like-
4 weeks?
Yeah.
It's the longest hangover you've ever had.
Like a day.
Yeah. One time I thought I was roofied, so maybe 2 days,
Mm.
but I was throwing up consistently both days, and I was just like, oh man, the back of my head hurts and stuff,
Yeah.
kind of thing. So I was like, oh man, yeah. So I thought it was because of that,
Mm.
but yeah. So
What
like
made
2
you
days.
think you were roofied?
Because the back of my head hurt and I was throwing up like violently. Yeah, and
Had
I
nothing to
don't
do with
really-
the fight you got in probably
Nah,
that night?
nah,
No, all
nah,
right. All right.
Yeah, but no, no. And then my cousin, my cousin Juan,
Okay.
he was also with me during that time. So we barely got
You
home.
barely survived.
We literally we fell on the things I don't remember. I guess they went to pick us up and we were like we didn't make it. We made it into the house into the hallway. We didn't make it anywhere else. And
Okay.
then the next day he's just like, oh my God, I feel like whatever. Same
Yeah.
story, whatever. Yeah, but nothing crazy.
All right.
Yeah,
2 days.
nothing,
Mike, what's the worst hangover you've ever had?
Probably like 2 or 3 days.
2 or 3 days?
Yeah. Probably like 2 or 3 days.
I feel like 3 days.
Food
No.
poisoning was much worse,
Oh, yeah.
I think, than any hangover that I've ever had. I get bad hangovers now, though. That's why I don't drink as
Oh,
much.
yeah.
But it is a lot of the sugar too, guys. It's a lot of the
I
sugar. It's a
don't
lot
think
of like,
so.
yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
I'm not blaming it on the sugar.
No, well,
I'm not
blame
doing
it,
that anymore.
But, yeah, but it's like you drink 5-6 margaritas and then, or like anything with rum, and it's over for me. I don't.
Frank's
like
case
drinking rum.
daiquiris.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no,
I know.
I just drink
That's why
straight
you get
shots.
really, really bad. You drink all of your fruity drinks.
Sometimes.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
that's
sometimes.
Like
Yeah.
well,
Dude,
alcohol
I
doesn't-
can drink a bottle of whiskey and not have a hangover.
Yeah.
That is absolutely false. By the way.
No, it's not false. He
Oh,
drank
it
a
is
bottle of
absolutely
whiskey and then
false.
proceeded to drink like 8 more bottles of whiskey.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, because we split a bottle of whiskey and you ended up in the hospital. And I
With
ended up
one bottle of whiskey?
Dude, we had to have finished like 3 bottles of Jameson alone at that bar.
Ah, yeah, that was rough.
Because your dumb ass just kept ordering shots.
Yeah.
My fun ass kept ordering shots.
You're a fun dumbass. You
Yeah.
can be both. You can be both.
Yeah, I'm if I go on a bender or something like that, 3 days. The whole next day I'm literally useless. I can't do anything. I'm not getting out of bed.
Old. We're not young.
Yeah. And then I'll start to recover the day after that. And then maybe the third day I start to feel human again.
Yeah.
But yeah.
What's like the length of a bender for you?
A bender could be a bad 4-hour stretch.
Oh, okay.
A bender could be 6 hours because it's a rough 6 hours. I can't do. I'm not a guy. I don't like drinking 2 days in a row, to be honest, unless I'm like
sometimes you have
around water.
Mhm.
Unless I'm like at a beach somewhere
Yeah.
where like the literal earth is giving me
Here we
nutrients
go.
back.
Here we go.
That's it. I can't just normally just party 2 days in a row. I'm a puss.
Well,
a
usually
puss.
because the third day you have to go back to work.
Yes, 1,000%.
Right.
Yes, absolutely. And working hungover is the worst thing ever. I'd rather work
Keep
sick.
it going.
No, see, I can't. I can't do it.
You have to.
No, I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, good for that guy. Good for that guy.
They ended up finding something wrong with him anyway.
I'd rather drink 60 beers in a day than have you seen like the guys that will chug like a big thing of
ball of
Jack
vodka or
Daniels
whatever.
and
Oh
just
yeah.
And
chug
then
it. I'm like,
black
dude, I
out.
couldn't even imagine doing that. Like,
Oh
That's
yeah.
gross.
I've done that. The worst. I almost drank a whole handle of
like the
Captain
entire
Morgan.
bottle, just chug it.
A handle of Captain Morgan.
Chugging it?
No,
Oh.
no. It was
Oh.
over. It was over probably
That's fine.
8 hours.
That's fine.
10 hours.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
No,
Yeah.
but I'm saying they'll just sit there.
Oh,
and
yeah,
chug
just
it.
chug it. Yeah,
no,
that's
instant
disgusting.
blackout, man.
Like I couldn't imagine being that drunk that fast. Like all of a sudden, just like, oh man,
Well, yeah. You're just gonna
blackout.
if you're slamming it like that, you're just gonna walk and then the lights are out. Then you're just done.
Yeah.
The off switch is hit. You know. Yeah. Yeah. Well. Well, gonna get back to one of my favorite topics. Disney adults.
Here we go. Here we go.
This sickest group of freaks on the planet, I think. Mike, how do you feel about Disney adults?
It is. I agree with you 100%.
Thank
I
you,
think that
sir.
any adult that is into Disney and does not have kids has got
Should
some
be on a watch
serious-
list.
Yeah, they've got some serious trauma.
Yes, you don't need the Matterhorn. You need therapy.
Hold
Yeah.
on. There's a difference between Disney adults and people that enjoy Disney.
No, there's
there's
not.
not.
Yes,
no,
there
there
is.
isn't.
No.
No, there isn't.
You guys
No.
are going to look me in my face and tell me that you guys do not like The Lion King.
Love the Lion King. Lion King's great.
Exactly.
I don't need to go
Okay.
to Disney and hang out with
Yes.
a bunch of
Well,
kids
yes,
to go
exactly.
and experience
That's a
it.
Disney person. That's like a Disney like
No, you're a
adult.
freak.
There's
Okay.
a difference.
No,
okay?
you're a psychopath.
So I can appreciate like the movies, especially the movies
Yes.
from like the
Yeah,
90s
from
and
your
late
childhood.
80s. And,
Yeah.
childhood, right? But going to Disney, being a Disney adult like
yeah,
that.
there's a difference.
Without
Okay.
kids, with no
no
you're not-
kids.
I'm not taking your nephew. You're not taking your son. You're
Yeah,
not.
because you
been
want
to
them to
Epcot?
experience your childhood. You know, you want them to like.
hold on. Do you like food from around the world?
Here we go.
See, now here
No,
it is.
no,
no,
Now here it is
stop.
trying to
Frank, shut up.
justify.
I can't do this
100%.
Do
again.
you like food from around the
Here we go. I
world?
can't do this
100%.
again.
Do you like alcohol and wine from around the world?
100%.
Here we go.
Then you've never been to Epcot, sir.
Quit trying to justify it, you freak. Quit.
Listen,
I've been to
there's-
Disneyland. I
There's a
went to
complete
Disneyland.
difference between Epcot and Disneyland. I do not go to Disneyland. I go to Epcot. And that
Okay.
is
Yeah.
That is
I would go to Disneyland, but I don't like
I can
lines.
agree with that.
You hear
I
the
don't like
FBI
lines.
agent? He's trying to convince the FBI agent that's watching
and
his
someone
house.
that's actually traveled to Europe and other places, whereas Frank has been nowhere out of Arizona, maybe once to Mexico. Like, relax.
Okay,
Yeah.
go to Epcot Center, you freak.
Here we
Chris
go.
Hansen will be
Anyway.
waiting for you there.
So like my wife was raised in Japan, and they have Disney Sea out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I would totally go and check that out in Japan because I didn't have it available to me. I would totally go to like Nintendo World and check that out, or I wasn't really a big Lego guy, but like Lego World seems cool. Knott's Berry Farm seems cool. But the people that are at Disney without kids multiple times per year.
Yeah, multiple times per
At
year.
a certain point, somebody needs to just check in on you and make sure that everything's okay.
But if you go
The
once,
CIA.
Yeah.
The
Okay,
CIA should be checking.
What's the difference between Universal and Disneyland or Disney World?
Universal's like
the
more
mascots.
movies.
It's more movies.
It's the mascots. I
Superman,
think it's
Indiana
the mascots.
Jones,
Yeah.
stuff like that. I mean, Disney
So
owns so many
that
movies
makes
now.
it okay because it's more movies,
No, I'm
even
not-
though Disneyland is more movies.
You
as well.
have literal children. Literal
you have children at
running around.
Universal.
Yeah, but
You
it's
have
not the
Minions
same.
World.
You do have-
Yeah,
you
it's
have
not
to-
the
Yeah.
same.
It's the mascots, guys.
It's not the same.
It's the characters. It's the
Yeah,
mascots.
you got
That's what it really
you got
is.
some freak
Yeah.
dressed like Minnie Mouse. No, I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'm good on all
I'd
that.
go.
Yeah, but you gotta have kids. You gotta take kids.
But I
I
also
hate children.
I was
wouldn't
never-
go because I hate children and I hate lines. Two things.
Dude,
Yeah.
Frank just does this thing where he draws a line in the sand, and no matter how dumb he sounds, he just sticks to it. He's going to die on that sword.
I
He's
will
going to die on it.
absolutely-
Even though I know if I took him to Epcot,
Oh,
he'd
I
have
know.
the time of his life,
I
and
know
he'd
he
still
would.
go back on the sword.
And he'd come back
Yeah,
with Mickey Mouse ears.
Yeah, but you
Oh,
know
I
what? Epcot's you can talk me into Epcot. That's a little different.
I think
That's,
that if-
that it's booze and food oriented. That's all right. I'm talking Disneyland.
Yeah, if somebody
I'm
said,
talking
Frank,
Disneyland.
if I told you, hey, we're going to go down to the Blue Bayou, and instead of going on the rides, we're going to eat at the Blue Bayou, you're going to have a Monte Cristo sandwich at Disneyland,
All
and then
right.
we're going to get out of there.
You had me at
So-
Monte
And we're,
Cristo.
and we're gonna go, yeah, and we're gonna go to California Adventure and drink beers. You'd be like, yeah, all right.
It wouldn't be my top choice, to be honest.
No,
It
no.
wouldn't be my top choice.
But I
it's
would
just
same.
For
I would
me,
do it.
it's for the kids. No child should be waiting in line because some 40-year-old freak.
With
Happy
Mickey ears?
Meals are for kids,
Back
and you
of the
still
line.
make kids
I don't
wait
care.
behind you to get your Happy Meal.
Exactly.
Every meal is happy to me. Every meal is happy in my world. You sick freak.
The only thing I think Disney should do differently,
Here we go.
because I do agree with you that to a certain point, it's like, dude, just let the kids have fun
Yeah.
at the park. All you adults and teenagers, like, get the hell out.
Yes.
I feel like after 8 p.m., it's like 15 and up.
Oh, that's
or-
fair.
So I started to do that overnight.
Adult
I was
night.
gonna say they should have like an adult night or adult.
No
But they
parent
do
is
the
keeping their
overnight
kid out.
for kids, though.
We did that
Which
in
I
high school.
also think is kind of weird.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, we did that in high school, my senior year.
I mean, like it seems like a great idea on paper because you're like, oh, the kids are going to be like,
Yeah.
there's not going to be a whole bunch of older people. It's just going to be kids having fun on the rides overnight. But then I'm also like,
It's night.
would I trust my kids if I had kids to go to a theme park overnight?
No,
Well, it's
no
more
way.
like
Hell no.
They should have an
parents.
adult.
Like,
Yeah,
you
they should
have to
an
have a
adult
kid
night.
with you. You
Yeah.
have to have a child with you.
Yeah, and on this trip, one of our chaperones bought us 2 bottles of booze.
Perfect.
So it's like, yeah,
Perfect.
it was-
It
it
just-
was-
An overnight
Yeah.
Disney.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. We were kids once.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
But going off of this, did you see the guy at It's a Small World lose his
Oh,
damn mind?
Yeah, he took his
Do you
clothing
see
off.
that? Starts getting naked.
I didn't
Not
see-
naked,
I-
but he was like in his underwear.
Yeah.
On
running
It's a
around.
Small World, just climbing all over the ride, ruining shit for everybody. Stinking bastard was probably high as hell.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, dude, do that shit at the park. Or do that shit
He-
anywhere
you know
else.
what, though?
Why are you doing this at Disneyland?
Yeah, because everybody wants to be on the internet. Everybody wants to be famous. Everybody wants all these things. It's
But that's
not
what I'm
like-
saying.
Like he paid to get in there. You know what I mean? You
Frank,
paid
have you
to
heard
be
of
there.
the other thing that's going on at these theme parks? The lines are so long
People
that people are
shitting
shitting
themselves?
in the line.
Yes.
Yeah, they shit.
talked
Like
about
they'll just
this,
pull down
yeah.
their pants and shit in line.
Yeah.
Oh.
and you
talked
don't
about
see
this.
anything wrong with this.
Oh, I totally see something wrong with that.
That's
I've
what I'm
never done
saying.
that.
This is what Disneyland's turned into.
Here we go. Okay, let's not go to Disneyland. Done. We finished it.
Done. I'm just saying, I got to point the freaks out
Okay.
when it occurs.
But Frank, I love this hat because if I just kind of stare at you blankly, it looks like you have hair and your hair is just perfectly parted like a nerd.
Hey, thanks, man.
And I'm kind of digging it, honestly. Like it looks like you're wearing a toupee.
I can't see it. But
I
maybe,
will wear
maybe
a
with the
toupee.
glare.
Don't think
It's
I
just
won't.
it's like off the screen. Like if I just stare at him, and I can
Let me
just
see.
it looks like he has hair today.
I can't see it. I can't see it, but I don't know. Maybe
Whatever.
the lighting.
Whatever.
Sorry,
man.
it's
all
a
right.
compliment more than it is a put down.
Okay.
Oh, hey, thanks, man.
Looks good.
Thanks. Well, and here's another reason I don't want to give Disney any more damn money. Bro, Disney employee with his corporate credit card spent $24,000 on drugs on his corporate credit card. Didn't get fired.
Yes.
Didn't get fired. Is that a win?
He was probably buying it for all of his coworkers.
Probably. They're
Like,
probably all
yeah,
on
or-
black.
That's why
This
they're like,
is
oh
the
man,
end
you got caught
to have a
nuts
corporate
for his
card.
boss. Yeah, they probably bought. Yeah, he probably bought it for his
Probably bought it
boss.
for his boss.
And he's like, oh no, you got caught. You still got your job.
Yeah,
My
they
bad.
confronted him. He's like, yeah, I bought drugs. And they didn't fire him. 24 grand.
It's not just for
And
one
how do you buy
day.
drugs with a credit card?
Yeah.
What am I missing here?
Right? I mean, he did it somehow. I mean, I don't know if he went to a dispensary
Does he have
or
like the drug dealers have like little tiles now? and
Yeah.
just
swipe?
swipe
Venmo.
for some
Tap.
black tar heroin.
Yeah.
Straight up Venmo black
Yeah.
tar heroin.
Bro, how do you not lose your job? You buy $24,000 in drugs.
Yeah, because it wasn't for him. He just took the fall.
Is he the fall guy?
Yeah.
Maybe he is
For
the fall
sure.
guy.
Goofy was buying Minnie, Mickey,
Yeah.
Donald, everybody
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
stuff, man.
Bro, they're
They
just
were-
Yeah.
fucking...
it had to be all the
Yeah.
cast
They're
members,
just
right?
spiking. Yeah, they all have to be fucking high as balls.
Because you would have to be.
Imagine you go to work and you're putting on a fucking Goofy costume. You're
I
like,
would love
I
it.
need to smoke something.
Yeah.
I would
Smoke
love it.
something.
I promise
Yeah.
you, I would love it.
Yeah, no, you wouldn't. You would hate it. You would
I
be
would
hitting
love it.
kids
Yeah,
all
I
day.
would. That's why I would love it.
They would
Think
have
about
you.
how hot it is in that costume.
Oh
Listen.
my god, bro.
What are you doing?
Think
Yeah.
about just snipping your own BO for 10 hours while kids cry all over you.
Yeah. I don't think their shifts are that long.
And then you step in human shit.
Yeah, you're
Oh,
stepping in
and
human
Josie
shit
shit.
in line as you're just watching fucking Minnie Mouse smoke a fucking cigarette.
You're trying to like kneel down
Behind
to
the
take a photo
bathroom.
with this poor girl and you just kneel right in shit.
Children are disappearing allegedly.
They're pissing
Yeah.
left
on
and
you.
right.
What Disney princess would you be?
Oh, I wouldn't. I'd be a Mickey Mouse or something cuter like that.
No,
like,
you would have
like
to-
a Winnie the Pooh. I'd be
What would
Winnie
you?
the Pooh.
You'd be Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah.
Is that Disney? Is Disney
Yeah.
Winnie the Pooh?
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
Is it?
Yeah.
They own so much stuff now. That's why, like the Universal comparison, you really can't like because
Yeah,
there's so
they
many
do
movies that are
fucking own
Disney owned
everything.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd
God.
be up
They own
there.
ESPN. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, they own everything.
The Simpsons.
God.
I could see you as Donald Duck, Frank.
Donald Duck.
Pantsless.
Donald Duck.
pants.
All right. I'm not mad at that. I'd be Howard the Duck. I'd be Howard the Duck before Donald Duck. He's a
I'd
Disney
be
guy.
Hook.
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 Mike, who are you gonna be? What Disney character are you gonna be?
That's a good question. Guess I really never thought. Scooby Doo a Disney character?
No.
Yeah. What the
Nah.
hell? Why not?
He's not a
Let's go with
Disney character.
Scooby
He's
Doo.
not a Disney
I'm in with
character.
Scooby Doo.
I like Scooby-Doo.
I like Scooby Doo.
I like Scooby Doo.
He's-
Yeah, Liz, you're gonna be.
I just told you who I was going to be. I'm going to be Winnie the Pooh.
No,
That's who I'm going to be.
you're gonna be.
I don't even know if you know Disney like that.
I don't know Disney
Exactly.
like that. Yeah, no, you're right. You can be Winnie the Pooh.
Thank
That's
you.
fine.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I was really hoping you'd say like Moana or something.
Oh,
Yeah.
Damn.
Anyway, yeah.
Well,
Tell us.
that's all I got.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm good.
Yeah.
This
Well,
was a
I got-
hell of an hour.
Oh yeah.
I love this. Yeah. F1's over. Goddamn Thanksgiving's over.
Oh yeah.
How's everybody's Thanksgiving?
It was cool.
Yeah?
Yeah, I had a Thanksgiving brunch up in Lake Las Vegas.
Oh, okay.
Hung out there for a little bit. Came home the day before. Went over to one of my friends' family's house.
Did you cook?
No, I don't cook.
God bless.
I bring booze and I buy things.
All right. Yeah, that's fair. You contribute.
Yeah. that's
Mike,
it.
how was yours?
It was fun. I went, my buddy from high school, his wife and parents, along with my wife, we went over to Fogo de Chao.
Okay.
Oh,
They were
okay.
open.
Brazilian meat
Yeah.
steakhouse. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, I love that.
Oh yeah. It was a good time.
Oh, the meat sweats.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Jones, you ever been to Fogo de Chao? Oh, yeah.
In Chicago and Scottsdale.
Yeah,
do a nice job there.
yeah, they do.
What
Shout
did you
out.
do?
Shout out to Fogo de Chao.
What did you do, Jonesy?
Actual Thanksgiving, I did absolutely nothing. But I do have a turkey in a brain right now. I cooked
My-
that bad
my-
You're
boy.
getting
Literally
those
just
cheap
saying so.
turkeys. You're getting those cheap
50% off
Yeah,
turkeys.
fuck yeah.
You
Damn
smart.
right.
I love that.
You smart.
Oh,
Nice.
that's awesome.
So, are you gonna have a Friendsgiving, or what are you doing?
Just cooking.
For
I
yourself?
enjoy cooking.
A
So
whole turkey for yourself?
don't worry about it.
Hell yeah, you don't got to cook for a week after that,
Yeah.
right?
We keep talking.
How,
about
how
these
long will you eat
leftovers.
Thanksgiving leftovers?
Oh, dude, you can make sandwiches. Yeah. For a
I'll,
week.
I'll,
For
I'll
a week,
eat-
at least.
I'll go till the next Thursday
No,
or
man.
beyond. Oh, I will. I
No,
don't care.
man.
I ain't throwing that shit
You have
out.
like
Especially the
well,
sides.
You know, in Hispanic households, it doesn't last that long. Like 2-3 days.
Yeah, you're right.
2-3 days.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not eating. Like you're gonna end up in the hospital. Again.
That's fine. I'll end up in the hospital for worse. I'm
Yeah,
not throwing
true.
food out. Yeah. Yeah. Jones, we have a little announcement? Or are we saving that?
We'll save it.
Huh? Are we going to save it?
We'll save it.
Okay.
No, I'm
All right.
terrified now.
All right, we'll save it. No, we'll save it. Jones has a special announcement. We'll save it though. Well, all right, boys and girls. Mikey P.
Thanks for
Michael
having me, brother.
Przydzial, dude.
Appreciate you, man.
Master your ash. Dude, everybody check it out. YouTube, where else are you at?
YouTube, Spotify, Rumble, BitChute, masteryourash.com.
Oh,
masteryourash.com.
Yeah.
I love it.
Everywhere.
For all your
Mike, one last thing. One of the reasons I always stay at Cosmo, and Frank always makes fun of me, is I love getting one of the
Balconies.
terrace suites, the balcony, right, looking Bellagio. And every night after I'm trashed, I'd love to just go out there, light up the cigar, finish it off with the Bellagio Falls. It's
Yeah,
always
man.
my thing. That's why I've always stayed at Cosmo.
It's still my favorite hotel to walk into, and still my favorite hotel on the Strip. And partially biased because I opened it, but also because of like it was different. It was always different in every single
And
way.
just when you're wasted, it's so easy to find your room. Like, dude, it's like there's two couches. You go that one or this one. Which one are you at? I'm at that. Done. Like, just easy. I love it. It's
Still
my
my
favorite
favorite.
hotel.
Same.
So, all right. Cheers, boys.
All right.
And lady.
Cheers,
Jonesy.
guys. All right. Mike, Level 9, Scotty,
Appreciate you.
Liz. We're getting the hell out of here.
right.
Birthday show next week, by the way.
Yeah.
God, it's almost here. Oh,
What are we,
God.
58?
We're so
Going on
old.
59?
I wish. All right, guys, we're out of here.
See ya.
Later.
Thanks for listening to the Pre-Shift Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe, and we will see you next week for another Pre-Shift.